Hey, yo, what's up, dude? So today is kind of a big day in the world of gaming, right? It's kind of a big day for us gamers because something dropped today that I genuinely never would have thought would have dropped, right? And that was because of this game was such a huge thing back in the 2000s, mid 2000s, and then off into the 2010s. And it really, I never really thought that it would get to this point, right, within the whole console landscape, right? So, Gears of War just dropped today on PlayStation, on the PlayStation 5. I don't know if I have to tell you guys. If you're a gamer, then you know what's up with this shit, right? But Gears of War was such an integral part of Gears of War was such an integral part of the Xbox ecosystem and all of their video gaming realm in general back in the 2000s that I genuinely never thought that it would ever actually come to PlayStation, right? But what are consoles anymore, man? The console war is, been done over and whatnot, right? There's some Twitter gremlins and shit that want to keep that shit alive, but nah, man, that shit banned, done, and over, right? So, I genuinely never thought I would see the day where I would see Gears of War on PlayStation. I just thought that it's just crazy, right? And I had to go out and cop it just because it's on fucking PlayStation. I mean, I remember playing this shit back on 360, right? All the fucking time, and just wishing that it was like, wow, this is really cool. I wish this was on PlayStation. Now, if you don't know much about me, I historically have been a bit of a Sony pony, is what they call it. I am a PlayStation guy through and through, that's for sure. Ever since PS3 was really one of my main consoles as a child, and then before that, some of my family members had the PS2, then we got the PS3, and then we got the PS4, and at one point before the PS4, I got a 360 at one point as well, for Christmas and stuff. So I was really loving me some 360 back in that day, right? So 360 era, I know what's up. I was really into the 360 era as well of video games, and that is just one of the peak eras of video games in general, right? So one of the biggest franchises that actually dropped within that day and age was definitely Gears of War, the Gears of War trilogy, and man, this is just something I never ever would have thought would have happened to come to PlayStation. This is almost like this is genuinely signifying the end of the actual console wars, if you ask me, because I mean, just look at this PlayStation case. Sorry for the reflection, kind of looks like ass. But then you go on the back and what do you see right there? If it'll focus at all, Xbox Game Studios. This does not want to focus. There we go. Xbox Game Studios. Right there on a PlayStation game. I just never thought I'd see the day, right? And PlayStation's putting a lot of their games on PC, at least. A lot of their exclusives are going to PC. Not quite Xbox, because Xbox is seemingly there's not a ton of point to put a lot of exclusives onto Xbox anymore when you're coming from PlayStation, because the player base for the Xbox consoles isn't that crazy anymore, right? There's not a shit ton of people that have Series X's anymore. I do, because I really like Xbox. Here's mine right there, and then here's my PS5 Pro right here. So I have both of the consoles, and I even have me a Switch 2. Here's my Switch 2 right here. Big game moves. I'm recording this on my PC too. So I know what I'm talking about, I promise, guys. Gears of War, PlayStation. what even are console wars anymore, man? Console wars are dead, right? They are so dead, and they've been dead for a minute. And I feel like it really started when everyone just started putting their games on PC, and when that happens, I mean, everyone can play games on PC. There's the PC player base is just pretty huge, and hearing from whatever the PC Master Race people that really love to try to get everyone on PC and claim superiority because of PC, you know, hey, they're getting most of every game now. The only games that are staying exclusive now on any console almost are pretty much just day one PlayStation 5 exclusives, right? And that is, you know, just one of the reasons why I still have a PlayStation and I'm still a huge PS5 gamer, is because we're still gonna get games like Ghost of Yotei later this year in 2025. I'm absolutely a Spider-Man fanatic, so any Spider-Man games, I'm gonna be playing that day one, I'm afraid, you know, I don't care where it's gonna be, I'm gonna be playing Spider-Man, right? So we're getting the Spider-Man, we're getting, you know, and we get the Last of Us franchise, which seemingly has ended, unfortunately, and then we are gonna get Intergalactic later on, probably next year, which is Naughty Dog's next game, and I'd imagine that's gonna be a console exclusive for a while, and then they're gonna bring it to PC, but this is a huge day, man. This is one of the first Xbox exclusives to really go on to PlayStation. I know they have brought Forza to PlayStation, and, you know, that was pretty cool. Forza Horizon 5, I think, is the only one so far, out of the Forza games at least. But I think that's one of the biggest Xbox games has come to PlayStation so far, right? I believe they just got that Hellblade game, Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is coming to PlayStation, or just came to PlayStation as well. But this is big, guys. I really hope they do Gears of War 2 and 3 as well for PlayStation, because Gears of War 3 is my favorite by far. And I just have so many fond memories playing Gears 3 on my 360. I have the MW3 edition of the Xbox 360 in my basement right now. Still sometimes play it because there's some games I haven't fucking brought up to modern day consoles, right? A lot of old games, right? A lot of old games I still play, like movie tie-in games I have nostalgia for, or like old Dragon Ball games that I really like. They haven't brought a lot of them to the current day consoles, even if they claim backwards compatibility. It's not every game, you know. But what do you guys think? Gears of War on PlayStation? What the fuck? I mean, just something I never really would have thought would have ever happened within the gamer landscape. I mean, you guys gonna hop back on Gears of War Reloaded? I mean, they're putting it on Game Pass, so I don't even think Xbox has a physical release for this game on Xbox, because they're just throwing it on Game Pass, which is kind of interesting for them to just assume everyone just has Game Pass. So, like, if you have an Xbox, you have Game Pass. Like, what are you doing if you don't have Game Pass and you have an Xbox, right? So they don't even feel that it's necessary to make a physical edition for Xbox, because it's like, well, nobody's gonna buy it. I mean, it's just throw it on Game Pass and it'll be good, right? So, man, Gears of War is such a great game. It's such a classic, just, you know, machine gun with the fucking chainsaw and shit. I mean, it's so badass. It's like, get the fucking Locust with the fucking chainsaw machine guns. I mean, fuck, man. You can't go wrong with that shit, right? And I just finished Gears 5 on my Series X not too long ago, you know, probably like a few months ago. And that was great, man. I loved Gears 5, so it was just a great experience. So I'm really excited for Gears of War E-Day that should be coming next year. And it's, by the looks of it, it might be coming to PlayStation Day 1. Who knows, man? If it comes to PlayStation Day 1, that's a Day 1 COD on PlayStation. I never would have thought. But I don't know. I really like to play a lot of my games, my third-party games, on PS5, on my PlayStation, as opposed to my Xbox. Why? Not 100% sure. Well, now it's because I have the PS5 Pro, and that's just, you're going to get the best performance out of the PS5 Pro, of course. But there's something about the aesthetics of the PlayStation that I just really like. I really like the controller. I love the controller of the PS5. Like, I really like it. It's really comfy in my hands. Keep the sick Spider-Man PS controller though, you know, that I got. I really like the PS5 controller in my hands, and I love the vibration aspects of it, the adaptive triggers and the touchpad. It's just, it feels modern, yet bringing tones of PS4 back into the equation and whatnot. So I usually get third-party games on PlayStation. Just, I don't know, it just feels right, you know, just in my heart of hearts, right? That doesn't mean that I don't have Xbox games, right? I do have a few Xbox games that I do play, and I do have on physical and stuff like that. I did find Starfield I found Starfield at like a grocery store for literally like $7. Like, it was on sale for $7, the physical edition. And just in case you don't believe me, I got it. $7. I unwrapped the plastic and took the tag off that said $7, but it was literally $7 at the grocery store named Meijer. It was at Meijer for some reason, and it was $7 whole. So hey, full inbox, everything. I mean, hey, why not? Some people like to hate on this game. I mean, seems like a decent game. I haven't even played it all through. I played like the intro, but when I had Game Pass, but I recently canceled Game Pass. This is why I bought Gears. And I didn't think I was playing Game Pass enough for me to spend that kind of money on it every month, right? So, Gears of War on PS5. Never thought I'd see the day, man. I genuinely never thought I would see that at all, like, ever. So who knows what's coming to PlayStation next? Y'all guys think like fucking Halo is gonna come? I mean, that would be generational, right? That would be crazy. If Halo comes to PlayStation, that's truly the end, right? That's the end. That's just it, because PlayStation has such a huge player base that like Microsoft would be a little bit silly to not even consider it, right? I mean, why wouldn't they? I feel like it would inject some life into Halo as well. Maybe like Halo Infinite would just be a little bit more booming now if you brought it to PlayStation, because why not, you know? What other games could be coming to PlayStation? I mean, there's not a ton of Xbox games that are even left that need to come anywhere else, because they're already leaving, basically. So yeah, man, Gears of War on PlayStation, had to cop it. What do you guys think, bro? If you're watching this and you think it's crazy too that Gears is on PlayStation, I just had to make a video because I had to cop it. I had to cop it just because it's on PlayStation. I mean, this is crazy. When Halo comes to the PlayStation, if it does, I would assume it does at some point. If Gears of War is on PlayStation, I would assume that Halo is gonna be on PlayStation too, right? We'll see. I do enjoy Halo as well. You know, I wasn't too much into it as a child, but I did play it a decent amount with some friends and played it by myself too. But I did really love Gears of War growing up, so I had to cop, bro. I'm gonna be playing through this a lot this week and the next upcoming weeks. I'm probably gonna play a co-op campaign with my girl or something. I'm gonna hop on the multiplayer. I've never gotten into the Gears multiplayer before, so I'm gonna try that. See how that's going. So yeah, man. Thanks for watching. If you watch this, let me know what you think. Gears of War on PlayStation. If you think more is gonna come, which games? Do you also think it's crazy that Gears is on PlayStation now? Let me know, guys. Thanks for watching, man. Deuces.